What is the dilemma of the day? Recently, many music channels have been hit with multiple copyright strikes at the same time on their YouTube channels. Other reactors are on pins and needles waiting to see if they end up in the same situation. Some may be smaller channels, others have anywhere from hundreds of thousands, all the way up to well past 1 million subscribers. Most, if not all, create content including music videos which are thoroughly transformed through lengthy pauses that include breakdowns and discussions. This process is informative, educational, and entertaining. What does it all mean? What is fair use? In the United States, judges decide what's considered fair use. A judge will consider how the 4 factors of fair use apply to each specific case. The 4 factors of fair use are: 1. The purpose and character of the use, including whether such use is of commercial nature or is for nonprofit educational purposes. This could be where an issue may arise if you are monetizing a reaction video but meet all other criteria of fair use. 2. The nature of the copyrighted work. I don't know about you, but I think this is incredibly vague and needs much more concise language for clarification purposes. 3. The amount and substantiality of the portion used relative to the whole copyrighted work. Although not specifically stated, I think this may fall under the idea of adding new meaning, interpretation, or substantial commentary. 4. The effect of the use upon the potential market for, or value of, the copyrighted work. I am of the opinion that reaction videos can only have a positive effect on potential market or value because it is free exposure and publicity for the original artist's music. If the reaction video has substantial pauses and added commentary, it is not viable for everyday listening, but does highlight the artist and their work, introducing them to a wider audience that may not have encountered them otherwise. Copyright claim, either a copyright removal request or content ID claim. Content ID claim, used by copyright owners, it scans YouTube automatically applying the copyright owner's content ID settings, which could be actions such as block, monetize, or track. It is least common for copyright owners to block videos. None of these result in a copyright strike. Copyright removal request. Also known as a takedown request, it is a legal request by the owner of the copyright-protected content to have the reactor's content removed due to alleged copyright infringement. Copyright counter notification. If your content was removed due to what you believe is a mistake or misidentification, this includes exceptions to copyright such as fair use or fair dealing, you can submit a copyright counter notification. Counter notification response. Once the counter notification is submitted, it is forwarded to the claimant, assuming that it has met all the requirements and not been rejected. The claimant has 10 business days to respond the counter notification with evidence of legal action to keep the content from being restored to YouTube. If this is not done in the 10-day period, your content will be reinstated to YouTube if you have not already deleted it yourself. When you receive your first copyright strike, you are required to take a short course on YouTube called Copyright School. If you receive a second copyright strike within a 90-day period, you may face further restrictions on your channel and content. If you receive a third copyright strike within that same 90-day period, your channel will be deleted along with all other associated channels, and you will not be allowed to create new channels. Keep in mind, this is not over the lifetime of your channel as I personally had previously believed, but within a 90-day period. Identifying the core issues. 1. YouTube needs to be more specific and transparent in their guidelines to fair use. 2. YouTube should be more focused on less permanently negative, impactful solutions, such as just straight-up removal or demonetization of content when appropriate, rather than ending a channel altogether. 3. YouTube, add a step to your process where the final decision for a copyright strike and removal is not decided solely by the owner of said material, or at least explain why this makes sense. 4. Reactors. Have a clear understanding of what criteria needs to be met for fair use. 5. Reactors. Understand the full process when fair use is not met and be prepared to fight for your channel. Just off the top, there are a couple of ideas that surface that could begin to pave the road towards resolution. 1. YouTube should be working more closely with all parties involved to come to a resolution that works for everyone. 2. Reactors. Obviously avoid copyright infringement as much as you can. That being said, prepare to fight any copyright claims. My take. Ultimately, a resolution that works for everyone is the optimal goal. This would require participation from all involved, YouTube, reactors, and owners of copyrighted material. I think that reactors serve a purpose for the music industry, whether the music industry realizes it or not. They should be able to create and upload videos that meet the criteria of transformation of content with commentary. I can also understand how copyright holders may not want you to profit from their material. It seems more suitable to me to demonetize rather than copyright strike in these instances. There just straight up needs to be more options available and used than copyright strikes. In the short term, the best possibly temporary solution I see for reactors is community-based. I would love to see a platform, whether existing or created, such as a Discord community or a standalone website that caters to this. There could be open discussions geared at problem solving and shared information. What would this look like? Just to throw a few ideas out there could be topic-based discussions, blacklists made available of problematic labels, artists or material to help reactors avoid copyright strike situations, whitelists of reactor-friendly artists, discussion spaces for reactors and independent artists. I could go on forever. I, personally, find this to be a very exciting and inviting proposition. As we all know, there is always strength in community. For a little background, I am not a reactor. I have a very small channel that I started focused on music. To learn about the use of YouTube and editing, if I can create anything at all worthwhile along the way, I am happy to bring anyone along with me that wishes to experience that. I have enjoyed reaction videos specifically, whether music, series, or movie-based. Not only are they enjoyable, but I often learn something along the way and have the pleasure of being introduced to new experiences and talents. Consider this a testimony to why I feel they should, if done properly, meet the criteria of fair use. If anyone finds themselves in this unfortunate situation, please know that you have an ally. I would be happy to assist in any way I can to improve the circumstances of the reaction community. My email address is listed on my homepage, and I always welcome communication. And of course, there is always the old trusty comment section. I have also included links to everything I could find recently shared about the subject by the community in the description. If you are interested in helping out, please take the time to visit those links. Some are merely informative from the reactor's perspective, and others are calls to action. Thank you for your time and attention.